Good evening, everyone. Happy Wednesday to all of you. Welcome back to the Knicks Cast channel. I am your host, Luca Prodic, Knicks Cast, alongside fellow co-host Dylan Backer from Fireside Knicks and Empire Sports Media. Not a stranger to the channel whatsoever, and some of my game streams as well. Previously was with us on the season preview, but tonight the New York Knicks will host the Minnesota Timberwolves, the Julius Randle and Dante DiVincenzo comeback game for the second time, as opposed to last year. But the Knicks will have a healthy Karl Anthony Towns and pretty much rest of the lineup. Mitchell Robinson back after the back-to-back with the Wizards. But the Knicks are winners of two in a row. Can they continue that trend? They're also undefeated at home. This is where I'm going to hand it to you, Dylan. Your first thoughts.
Yeah, first thoughts. Of course, Anthony Edwards is healthy enough to play, right? Just because that was totally going to happen. Right, exactly. But, all jokes aside there, obviously Edwards is playing, so that is a big development. Obviously, it's going to be interesting to see how Minnesota adapts to it because they didn't have him for the past week. Julius Randle was kind of the main option over the past week or so for Minnesota, and he's had a really strong start to the year. He's averaging, I think, 26 points, looking a lot like the version that he was when he was with us a while back. So that's going to be interesting to see. But on our side, as you mentioned, they're fully healthy today. Karl Anthony Towns was questionable with an illness, but he is good to go. Mitchell Robinson is back in the lineup after sitting the last game on the load management, and the rest of the guys are healthy. So it is a clean injury report for the Knicks tonight. Everyone's available. Everyone's healthy. The Wolves clearly have all their top guys healthy too. This should be an exciting game. I really think this is a good early season matchup. And honestly, this is my, if you remember from the season preview, this is my finals preview. This is the matchup that I predicted would be in the NBA Finals. Now, obviously, things could change months from now, but it's still early, and both teams are off to 4-3 starts. Up and down start for both teams, so should be a fun one. Should be interesting.
Absolutely. In the past two games, with the Knicks defeating the previously undefeated Chicago Bulls, you have the offense really starting to hit their stride. And there's some people who have remarked and said, hey, the Knicks are shooting way too many three-pointers, this, that, and the third. When's the amount of what's the limit for three-pointers? All these different things with Mike Brown's system. I think you're seeing also the last two games, Dylan, that Karl Anthony Towns is getting adjusted to the Mike Brown system.
Oh, 100%. I agree. He looked a lot better over the past couple games, and then the last game against Washington was his best game of the year. 33 points, 13 rebounds, 5 assists. He was shooting the ball well as well. All that stuff is going really well for him, and, it's really important that he can adapt to this system because I personally think Cat can thrive in this system. Once he really figures it out, and he really understands what his role exactly is in this offense, and his role is more fluid instead of always playing center one night and then power forward the next night. If his role is more consistent, he could thrive in this role offensively. I think he can really have a career year. Who knows? We might be seeing a year where he puts up career numbers. Same thing goes for Jalen Brunson. He's another guy that I said we could be in the midst of witnessing his best season of his career. He's already scored 30 points, and I think like 5 of the 7 games played or something like that, or close to it. So they're both off to terrific starts. So should be a fun one. Should be interesting to see.
Absolutely. You had mentioned, Dylan, that despite all the years Jalen Brunson's played with the Knicks, every year it feels like he's just getting better and better. But with this system, having him away from the ball more, having multiple ball handlers, I think you're definitely seeing possibly the best version of Jalen Brunson. Karl Anthony Towns, you're seeing a much more passing Karl Anthony Towns. And, some people say, well, he's passive tonight. But you're seeing similarly how Mike Brown used Domantas Sabonis at the top of the key, to which Karl Anthony Towns is doing the same thing: dribble handoffs, blind pig actions, all these different things. And eventually it opens up a lot of the floor for just the rest of the players, the rest of the shooters. And per PBP stats, and Dylan, this let me real quick pull this out. What's up to Jacob, by the way? Just want to say I don't have the number of subscribers where I can apply mods yet. I'm not sure about that, but everybody's link in the description, including Dylan's, including Donald's, everybody, please follow him down below if you're new here. But Dylan, your favorite lineup? You got Brunson, Bridges, should it be Anunoby at number 3, Karl Anthony Towns, and Mitchell Robinson, the starting lineup for the New York Knicks tonight. And with the return of Anthony Edwards, you have Dante DiVincenzo, Anthony Edwards, Jaden McDaniels, Julius Randle, and Rudy Gobert. But per PBB stats, which I mentioned earlier, I looked this up yesterday, With Mitchell Robinson on the floor, the four contingent of Anunoby, Towns, Brunson, and Bridges, with Mitchell Robinson in the starting lineup, I believe that net rating is about 54 plus in about just 12 minutes. Again, it's a very small contingent, it's a very small sample size, but it's shown you early that the Knicks have succeeded with the starting lineup. And again, must I say, I wasn't exactly opposed to this starting lineup, but I did like the 5-out lineup just as good, and they've played well as well. Also, Landry Shamet has been seen more starting minutes.
Yeah, and like you were saying, this was the lineup that I had been preaching for to start all throughout the year, and I still firmly believe that. I think when you have Mitchell Robinson at the 5, that's where you're able to get the best group defensively, and we're still having high-powered offense. We have seen a lot of Cat at the 5 this year already because of the games Mitch has missed, and it's been rough. I'm gonna be honest. It has been rough watching Towns try to defend at the 5. At this point, I firmly believe he's not a center anymore. I think he's more of a power forward. I know he's 7 feet tall, but he's not a center. He doesn't defend well enough to be a center. And it doesn't help that Gershon Yabusele off the bench has not gotten off to a good start either, and now he's barely even getting minutes. So the front court is extremely thin at the moment. So when you have Mitchell Robinson on the floor, that changes everything. And, with the way the lineup looks with him on the floor, they just look so much better. You're not sacrificing any offense. The defense is so much better. It's the lineup that has to be used as much as possible. I understand Mitchell Robinson's going to miss more games. He'll be limited throughout this season, all that good stuff. But when he is available to play, he's got to be starting. There's no other way to really insert him other than start. I think he fits the best with the starting unit as opposed to anybody else.
Absolutely. We should be about a minute or so away from game time. Obviously, the second return of Dante DiVincenzo and Julius Randle. DiVincenzo actually playing the point guard position, not traditionally a point guard. DiVincenzo is more of the shooting guard, but it just tells you where the roster's after the Timberwolves. I believe Mike Conley's the backup point guard, if I'm not mistaken, for the Minnesota Timberwolves. He's been there a few years, but a definitely intriguing matchup. Dylan, do you have any thoughts on Yabusele? Because I'm going to be honest with you, as me and a lot of other Knicks fans were high on him, he's just disappointed.
Yeah, he has been disappointing. And, I had big expectations for him too during the offseason. But then the preseason rolled around, right? And I said this on the preview show when you had asked if who I think will be the most disappointing. Mm-hmm. I said Yabusele. And you and I believe we were with I forgot who we were with that night. We were with Lee that night. Yeah. Both you guys were like, wow, interesting choice. I said though, because his role was very undefined. He seemed to kind of have like a bit of a wonky fit in the rotation after seeing him in action. And sure enough, that's what's been happening so far. His kind of role is like, I don't know. I don't think they really know what they want to do with him just yet. It feels like they want to use him as like purely a backup big, but it's just not working. He played like about 12 to 15 minutes the first few games of the year. But then the last 3 games, he's seen much less playing time. He played 3 minutes against the Bulls one night, then 2 minutes against the Bulls the following game. And then he played 14 against Washington, but that was because Mitchell Robinson was out. So I wonder if tonight he barely sees the floor. Who knows? Maybe he doesn't see the floor at all. Maybe he sees the floor for 10 minutes. We don't know. But it's definitely been a rough start for him. It's a weird fit. I wonder if the season goes on, it'll change, but it's definitely something to monitor the rest of the way.
I hope it does change. And Yabusele, I think a lot of people also brought this up when they came out with the official measurables. He's heavier than Karl Anthony Towns. He's
283. I think it was 283, which is like,
and he's supposed to be a 4 and a 5. So he's kind of heavy if you look on that back end. I'm not trying to be weird at all, but it's like,
I can confirm it too, because I went to the Knicks and Heat game and I was there in person. He looks bigger than he does on television, I promise you.
Zach Zarba, New York native, Brooklyn native, throws up the ball. It's tipped up 2, and that was a pretty bad tip by Zach Zarba. He knows it. It was a pretty light tip, but they will redo the tip off, as it was blatantly the Knicks' favor that time. But
maybe Mitchell Robinson's just bigger than him.
tip up is away, and the Knicks get the ball anyway, so it was just 2 for 2. Jalen Brunson will bring up the ball. He's defended by Anthony Edwards at the Knicks logo. Brunson gets a screen to the right. Brunson looking for a man. Looks like Cat trying to get across the screen. Defended by Julius Randle, the former Knick. Towns drives down the lane. Doubled, pulls up. Shot is no good, but a foul on Randle. What is up to everybody in the chat? Just want to say, if you haven't already, hit the like button, subscribe, do all the good stuff. Please follow the links down in the description. Dylan's links, Donald's links, Jeff's links, XJ, Lee. All of those guys, great contributors and supporters of the channel.
It's encouraging to see Cap being willing to attack and actually get to the line.
Exactly. I also think at times... Go ahead, Dylan.
Go ahead. I was saying he just looks more comfortable playing the 4 than he does the 5. You know, he's obviously he's played the 5 most of his career, but I think at this point he's just better suited for the 4.
My co-host Donald would agree with you, and I'd say, like, as I said in the season preview, playing him at the 4 as a starter doesn't mean you can't play him at the 5 for spot minutes. Playing him at the 5 as a starter doesn't mean you can't play him at the 4 for spot minutes. So it's interchangeable. It's Karl-Anthony Towns knocks down both free throws. The Knicks are up 2. Anthony Edwards brings it up the court. He's defended by Mikal Bridges. Edwards looking for a pass. He's going to find McDaniels. McDaniels the top, hands to Julius Randle, the former Knick, hands off to DiVincenzo, the former Knick. Defended, kicks out to Randle. Randle top of the key, knocks down a 3.
Classic Julius.
Bridges hands to Towns. Towns looks back out to Bridges. Bridges looking for man. Robinson looking for a handoff. Robinson going to dribble handoff. Pass is deflected by DiVincenzo. 7 to shoot. The Knicks got to get the ball up the court quickly. Anunoby, and they're going to say backcourt violation on OG.
Thought that ball got tipped.
I thought it got tipped too. We're going to see a replay here. It was, but it was off DiVincenzo's hand, off the knee of OG. So good call by the referee. Anthony Edwards has the ball defended now to Julius Randle. Randle dribbles left. Randle in isolation. Randle kicks out to DiVincenzo. This time for 3. Shots no good. Rebound Mitchell Robinson. Brunson hands to Robinson at the top of the key. Robinson looking for a handoff. He finds Karl-Anthony Towns. Towns for 3. Shots no good. Rebounded by McDaniels. McDaniels at the top of the key. Defended by Mitchell Robinson. Hands to Randle. Randle defended by Towns. Pulls up. Shot short. Rebound Brunson. Knicks look to push. Here comes Towns. Towns into the paint. Towns inside. Layup is... Oh, they called a travel.
Yeah, it was obvious travel, I fear. Took way too many steps.
Giannis apparently didn't take too many steps in that Bucks-Knicks game. Just had to put it out there. After the turnover,
that was also ridiculous.
Oh, yeah, it was. McDaniels takes a pull-up 3, and he knocks it down. Towns could not get over the ball screen. Bridges brings up the floor, drives down the lane. He stops. He pivots to Anunoby. Drives down the lane. Double team. Looks. Kicks back to Towns. Towns fakes. Drives down the lane. Towns inside. Shots blocked by Gobert, but a foul.
If they can get Gobert in foul trouble, that would be huge.
See, I believe the foul was on Rudy Gobert. He goes up on the elbow, so that is, I believe, his first. So Towns once again back at the line for 2 more. First free throw from the charity stripe is good. He is a 90% free throw shooter through 7 games this season. Towns at the line, the timeline, looking for a man. He finds DiVincenzo, hands off to Edwards along the wing. Edwards drives right of the screen. Now pulls back, looks, kicks out to the corner. That's Randle, back out to DiVincenzo. Good ball movement by the Wolves. Hands out to Edwards, back to McDaniels. McDaniels on the drive, kicks out to Randall. Beautiful ball movement, and Randall knocks down the three.
I had a feeling Randall was going to have a big start, and that's exactly what he's doing right now.
Brunson down the lane, in and out, tip out, rebound. Robinson kicks out to Brunson, back to Bridges. Bridges, open wing three, and shot's no good, tip out. DiVincenzo lost the ball out of bounds. It'll be Nick Ball.
Not used to seeing Bridges miss that, at least so far this year. He's been hitting that shot.
Whether from the corner, I remember you brought up the stat on your one of your tweets that he has been phenomenal from the corners, this time from above the break. Yep. Brunson to Towns, Towns to Robinson. Brunson drives down the lane. Wolves in drop. Brunson tries, looks, hands out to Anunoby. Anunoby for three. Nope. Offensive foul on Brunson. He pushed off.
Can't have that. I don't know about that one. Oh.
Let's see. Was it incidental? I guess they don't say it was.
Not a fan of that call.
That's the third turnover for the Knicks. Bringing up is Donnie DiVincenzo. Actually, it's Edwards. Hands to DiVincenzo. DiVincenzo back to Edwards. Edwards looking for a man. Randall coming off the screen. Randall drives down the lane looking. Randall pulls back, mid-range jumper, no good. Rebound Bridges. Josh Hart in the game for the Knicks. Bridges picked up by McDaniels. Bridges gets a screen left, goes right. Drives down the lane. Beautiful reverse layup, no good. Rebound Gobert. Edwards fakes, drives baseline. Inside, layup is good. Brunson down the lane. Brunson looks right to the hands of Edwards. It's a turnover. That's number 4. Kicks. DiVincenzo to the wing. Back out to Edwards. Picked up by Brunson. Edwards, one-on-one. In isolation, pulls back, three-pointer. Shot's no good. Put back by Gobert is good. Timeout, Knicks.
This is a brutal start.
Knicks have not made a field goal. Too many self-inflicted wounds.
Yep, got the 3 erased off the foul from Brunson, and then you had the you had Towns' layup get erased with a travel. So
Julius Randle, 2 early 3-pointers. The ball movement's been a little more crisp with the Timberwolves as opposed to the Knicks. Kind of shocking to start. But the Knicks also haven't hit their shots. Also, you had the Mikal Bridges reverse layup that missed. He usually doesn't miss those this year.
And another jarring thing, the Knicks have 4 turnovers already and no assists. 4 turnovers.
Well, you can't have assists if you don't make any field goals. That's the unfortunate part.
Yep.
So now, I mean, I don't think Edwards missed that step back 3. I'm going to check how many points he has already. He has 2 off a field goal, but it's been the Randall show thus far. You had the putback by Gobert, so the Knicks need some offense here.
Yep, and that's why you call it timeout. Come out of timeout, make some shots, get a couple stops, and you're right back in it. But you just cannot let this lead balloon to 15 to 20 points. You can't let that happen.
Can't let the turnovers happen, as you mentioned, Dylan. 4 turnovers, 0 assists, 0 points. 0 points from the field, that is.
Yep. Points all come from Karl-Anthony Towns at the line. Which, I like that he's getting to the line, but that's not going to be an effective offensive strategy. Got to get some threes up. Got to get the ball moving.
Again, guys, if you haven't already subscribed to the channel, I'll figure out when I'll do my next Knicks stream, but also that besides subscribing from my channel, also hit the links down below. Dylan's links, Fireside Knicks, Donald's links, Twitter, X, whatever you want to say, his writing, XJ, Hot Hand Theory, Jeff, Rasmussen, Nick of Time Show should be in there as well. But more things coming with this channel, even with the job. So I am technically bound, not bound by contract to stop doing what I'm doing. So that's a plus side.
We love that.
We do love that. And also not bound by Tennessee, I guess still as I might have mentioned on one of my earlier broadcasts that Fubo has MSG, so I'm not stopped from watching Knick games. So that's a major plus side. Should be returning to action. Knicks last season lost in the conference finals. So do the Timberwolves. Timberwolves each of the last 2 seasons.
Who do you think won the trade? The Towns and Randall trade. Who do you think won the trade?
Is it what's the word I'm looking for? Is it a cop-out to say it's a win-win?
No, because I agree it's a win-win. Both teams ended up going to the conference finals with it. So, I mean.
Brunson will bring it up the floor. Brunson gets a screen from Bridges. Now a screen from Towns goes left. Brunson picked up by Randall. Brunson feeds Hart. Hart looks. Hart dribbles, looks. Great defense by the Wolves. Brunson drives down the lane. Brunson fakes inside. Shot blocked by Randall. Here comes McDaniels in transition. McDaniels
that was not
feeds.
A good shot.
DiVincenzo open catch and shoot. 3 short. Rebound Towns. Here comes Jalen Brunson across the floor. Brunson looks in isolation, kicks to Bridges. Up top, Anunoby. Nice pass. Nice pass to Hart. Stops. Brunson. Bridges. Corner. 3. That's good. Mikal Bridges from downtown, and it's
they
Nick's
needed
first
that
field
one.
goal.
They needed that.
Edwards across the timeline, hands to McDaniels. Gobert with the screen. Now McDaniels looking for a man. Finds Edwards. Edwards attached. Finds McDaniels. McDaniels on Hart. McDaniels trying to back him down. Backing him down. Turns. Fires. Scores.
That is a tough shot from Jaden McDaniels right there.
Not his marquee shot. Brunson defended by McDaniels. Towns with the screen to the right. Brunson looks. Finds Bridges. Bridges looking for a dribble handoff. Bridges defended by Anthony Edwards. Now kicks to Hart. Hart fakes. Hesitates. Hart pulls. 3-pointers up. 3-pointers good.
Wow. What a shot. That's going to be a huge development if Hart can get that 3-pointer to start falling.
Randall hands to McDaniels. Nearly a defensive miscommunication. Edwards defended by Bridges. Jab steps. Edwards jab steps again. Jab steps to his left. Pulls up. 3-pointer. Tough. No good. Rebound taken by the Knicks. Brunson football pass. Bridges alley-oop inside. Scores.
And their offense is starting to click.
Edwards picked up by Josh Hart. Anunoby in help. Edwards in isolation. Drives baseline. Edwards looks. Trapped. Anunoby picks it up. Steals it. Anunoby feeds Brunson. Brunson alley-oop. Anunoby.
Some great offense going right here. And this is what makes the Knicks dangerous. That they're a much better team in transition with the faster pace.
Randall picked up by Towns and a foul on Anunoby. And that's what happens, Dylan, when you use the athleticism of Bridges and Anunoby.
Yep. When you got those two on the floor, you can do so many other things that you couldn't have done with anyone else.
5:28 to play here in the first quarter. DiVincenzo looking to inbound. Naz Reid and Mike Conley are the new substitutions. Randall picked up by Yabusele, now switched to Brunson. Randall, this is his game where he likes to post up double teamed. Now single coverage. Randall kicks out. Conley for 3. Shot is good. Mike Conley open catch and shoot 3 from the wing.
And you knew they were going to get one shot to break that run.
Yes. Hart hands to Brunson. Brunson to Shamet. Shamet looks, finds Hart. Hart looking for a man. Finds Bridges. Bridges defended by DiVincenzo. Bridges diverts from the screen. Goes right. Bridges fakes. Pulls up. Jumper. No good. Rebound Naz Reid. McDaniels. Offensive foul on Naz Reid. He's set an illegal pick.
That's a big turnover right there.
Brunson will bring up the floor, picked up by McDaniels, one of the NBA's best perimeter defenders. Shamet sets a screen for the switch. Brunson picked up by Conley. Brunson backing him down. Isolation. Brunson inside. Shot blocked, but a goaltend.
Yeah, very clearly a goaltend there.
Knicks find themselves only down 2 with about 4.5 to play. Conley across half court. Randall sets the screen, finds Randall. Randall picked up by Yabusele, kicks out to Conley. Conley to the corner. This is McDaniels, picked up by Shamet. Kicks out to Conley, back to Randall. Randall, couple dribbles. Randall, nice fake inside, count it and one. He completely just stymied Yabusele.
Yep, and that's been the issue with Yabusele. He's not been able to stay in front. Randall just, ugh. It's a good move by Randall, but you wish that Yabusele could have stayed in front.
That's Randall's. I don't want to say that's like his full trademark, but that is kind of because he's a beast in the paint.
Yep.
Randall to complete the old-fashioned three-point play. He knocks down the free throw. Knicks down 5 with about 4:15 to play. Brunson will bring it up the floor, defended by McDaniels. Brunson gets a screen for the switch. He's picked up by Conley. Yabusele with a screen to the right. Brunson rejects. Brunson finds Hart. Hart corner 3, switch. Josh Hart from downtown, his second 3. Randall picked up by Yabusele in the post. This is where Randall cooks. Randall posting, fires, hits.
My goodness, Yabusele comes in the game and he's just getting cooked.
Hart picked up by McDaniels. Brunson picked up by his former teammate Randall. They're going to double his side. Brunson turns. Brunson looks, kicks out to Hart. Hart fakes, drives down the lane. Hart looks, kicks out Yabusele. Corner 3 is good.
That's a big shot there. You really like seeing Yabusele make one, as it has been a big-time struggle for him this year.
You see, so that is
definitely a good sign.
I didn't want to say anything before that corner 3, Dylan, but it's like when he came into the game, it was like, oh, they're going to go on a run. And I don't want to be like this negative guy, but like, you just saw it coming. You just saw it coming. But he made corner 3.
It's been tough. You know, right now he's getting minutes at the 5, which,
I mean, but here's the thing: the problem with Yabusele is because he was supposed to be a good defender coming into the Knicks. The one thing that's held up is his ability to screen for players and get them open via the screen. His 3-point shooting,
good.
I mean, you saw the corner 3 right there, which is good, but the rest of
he shot like nearly 40% from 3 last year, though. So like this is a major this is a guy who can shoot the ball. We just need to see him actually do it.
And he's being now. Obviously, he was put in position. Great assist by Hart. What's up? Hope all is well, bro. Why does this team have to be so inconsistent? They remind me of the Yankees up and down play the competition. Well, the Timberwolves, I'll say this. I'm not, defending the Knicks because this is a tight game. They can easily win or lose, whatever. But the Timberwolves are not a schmuck team. They're a very good team. Very well-rounded.
I was going to say, the Timberwolves are a good team, 1 and 2nd. We're early in the year, man. The Knicks never start the year off good. We knew if you're new to this team, then you got to realize this is like perfectly normal for the Knicks. If anything, being 4-3 at the start of the year is actually a positive for the Knicks. They never start off the year good. If you look at the last 3 seasons, I know they were under a different head coach, but still, you look at their last 3 seasons, they started off 5-6 last year. And then Brunson's first year, the one. We still had Randall, of course, and RJ Barrett was still here and whatnot. They were started off 10-13. They started off horrible.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
And then they went on the big winning streak, and then they had I think 2 separate 9-game win streaks, and that's pretty much what propelled their season. So it's still early, and I think when this team hits its stride, they're gonna be very, very tough to stop. I mean, we just saw right there they were down by 9, and they immediately erased it. In 5 minutes. The offense is going to be relentless once they're all getting going.
Absolutely. And the one time, Dylan, to remark your point and to follow it up, the one time they started their season well they were 7-4 to start top of the East in 2021-22 when the Knicks had the backcourt of Evan Fournier and Kemba Walker. Let's just say it was. I thought, Dylan, I think you posted a tweet about that. I thought that backcourt was actually going to work, and I was severely
I don't know why we
wrong.
thought it was going to work. I think we were just feeling the vibes after that first year with Randall when we made the postseason. I think we were thinking that anyone could be, an upgrade. And on paper, it sounded like an upgrade having Kemba Walker and Evan Fournier, but those two guys couldn't guard a parked car. So that's ultimately why that collective fell apart.
And I mean, Fournier, I think at the time set the record for most threes by a Knick. In a regular season, obviously the game has changed now as opposed to when John Starks
DiVincenzo broke it 2 years later. So
yes, he did. But the problem,
and he did it against Fournier too.
That's true. I think it was the same game where it was like 11 threes in the Pistons game. But they were hoping for all an offense. But we're back to it as Naz Reid gets the toss off after the pick and roll. Post dig by Hart and out of bounds. Nice play by Hart to deflect the ball. The Wolves will have 10 to shoot.
Hart's been everywhere tonight, I must say. He has been on it.
He's been dishing, getting rebounds, deflections. Naz Reid has the ball.
He has everything you want.
Hands off to McDaniels. Now to Randall. Randall picked up by Yabusele. Randall jab steps, drives into the lane. Double team, single coverage now. Randall shot no good. Rebound Shamet. Brunson in the half court. Bridges sets a screen. They double him tightly. Now single coverage versus Conley. Brunson in isolation. Brunson looking. Brunson one-on-one at the nail. Brunson turns, fires, scores. The trademark nail jumper. Conley hands to Randall. Randall picked up by Yabusele. Randall starting to dribble, backing him down. Post dig. Randall kicks. Naz Reid, wide open shot, in and out. Rebound, Yabusele. Brunson down the lane, stops, fakes, loses his dribble, stolen by McDaniels. McDaniels in transition. McDaniels inside, shots blocked by Bridges. Kept it in bounds. Conley on the wing, hands to Randall. Randall in isolation versus Yabusele. Does he see food? Kicks out to Conley. Conley from the wing knocks down the three.
Brunson just straight up lost the ball. And then, Conley left wide open.
Deuce McBride is heading to the scorer's table. Mike Conley, 2 3-pointers, the NBA vet, formerly of the Jazz and the Memphis Grizzlies. Brunson across the timeline. Brunson to the right of the screen. Brunson tightly guarded. Brunson spins, looks, kicks out to Bridges. High pass. Bridges, and he is fouled by McDaniels in the corner. Blocking foul there. Fouled that time by Jalen Clark. Rudy Gobert and Mitchell Robinson check in. So does OG Anunoby. Brunson looks, finds Robinson off the inbounds. Robinson looks, he's going to hand off to Brunson. Brunson tightly guarded by Clark. Brunson dribbles right, hands out to McBride. McBride slips, 5 to shoot. Has to put up a shot, pulls up. High arcing mid-range jumper is no good. Tip up by Anunoby is good. He reached over Gobert to tie the game.
Wow. That's an athletic putback by OG.
Edwards for 3. Offensive foul. Illegal pick called on Rudy Gobert. Not one, but 2 elbows, and he had a little push off. Brunson picked up by Clark at half court. Brunson looks. Shamet sets the screen. Now picked up by Conley. Brunson, 11 to shoot. Brunson pulls. Now double team. Brunson looks. Fires. Shots no good. rebounded by the Timberwolves. Edwards picked up by McBride. About 45 seconds left in the first quarter. Gobert sets a screen to the left. Edwards, the Knicks in drop. Driving to the middle. Edwards, tough fall-away jumper, no good. Rebound, Brunson. Brunson will bring up the court in transition. Brunson has some numbers. He's going to wait. He's picked up by Clark at the Emirates logo. Hands to Shamet, back to Brunson. Brunson drives down on Clark. Brunson, Euro step. Anunoby from the wing, drives down the lane. Pulls up high, arcing mid-range jumper, no run, good. Robinson with the rebound, hands to Brunson. 7 to shoot. Clark against Brunson. And the shot clock hasn't even moved at all. Now it does. Brunson trying to pull off of Conley. Air ball. Robinson with the putback at the buzzer.
And that is exactly why you need Mitch out there.
At the end of one, 28-26 Knicks.
That was a good ending to the quarter after starting off brutal. And that's what you like to see.
We'll look up Mitchell Robinson's numbers in terms of his plus minus. Just for the substance.
Gotta feel the agenda somehow, right?
Let's see. Mitchell Robinson. Technically a -1, but he was, in fairness, he was in the game when the Knicks were down a little bit. So he does have 5 rebounds, though.
Yeah,
And
I mean,
Rudy Gobert
when you have
only
him
has
out there,
3.
you're going to get those. You're going to get a lot of rebounds when you have him out there, and that's what's important. You know, the conversation was always, spacing this, spacing that. But Robinson obviously doesn't shoot, but those offensive boards are still going to be impactful for an offense. Look how many second chances you get when he gets those. You know what I mean?
And it's common sense because they lead to more points or more opportunities for points.
I mean, exactly. And Mitchell Robinson's a guy who has led the league in offensive rebounding for a lot of the last few seasons when he is healthy, you know? And the team as well leads in like second chance points. They're pretty up there whenever Robinson does play. So you're getting so many opportunities with a guy like him out there. The only problem I've always had with Mitch is his health. It's never been about his skill. It's about his health. We know he is a beast down low and he's an athletic freak. He's just never healthy. You know, this is the year he needs to really show me something. I know he missed 4 games with load management or whatever I guess we're going to call it load management. I feel like he got injured and they were hiding it, but, you know, that's just me speculating that. But either way, you know, Robinson is out here right now, so I want to see him be impactful, and sure enough, he is. So hopefully, as the season goes on, he remains healthy and he can play more minutes instead of just, you know, getting these like little spurts here and there. Because, you know, the spurts, I understand they're preserving his health, whatnot, but at the same time, you want to have the guy out there. You don't want to have stretches where you can't put him out there because you're preserving his minutes, and then it ends up costing you a game. So
exactly. I don't think he'll be on a minutes restriction, but a popular name that has been floated several times as a replacement for Mitchell Robinson, Walker Kessler, out for the year with shoulder surgery. So 2 things. Number 1, he's going to be a free agent in the offseason. I believe a restricted free agent, number 1. Number 2, obviously potential Mitch replacement. Now you could shoot that down. Number 3, Danny Ainge didn't get anything for Walker Kessler, or perhaps held the market way too high, in which he did not trade Kessler for anything. So lull Danny Ainge.
Yeah, that's brutal on the Jazz, but you know, for Walker Kessler's sake, I do hope he recovers and stuff. That's a brutal injury. I mean, torn labrum, that's unfortunate, man. That was a guy I really wanted too. I had clamored about Walker Kessler and the Knicks constantly. I always wanted him. I always thought he would be a good fit just because he's athletic. He's growing as a player. He's young. He's so impactful. It's unfortunate that he got hurt. Great rim protector. One of the best in the league, if not the best. If Wembanyama's not the best, it's him. So you know what I mean. Like if Wemby wasn't a thing, if he didn't exist, then it would be Walker Kessler is the best interior one.
Back to action as Edwards is picked up by Bridges, kicks out to the corner. This is Clark. Clark drives down the lane, does not finish. Rebound Towns. Jordan Clarkson checks into the game for the Knicks. He's had 2 very good games the last 2 games, Clarkson, with both double-digit points. Clarkson picked up by Gobert, hands to Anunoby. Anunoby hands to McBride in the corner, defended by Conley. McBride hands to Towns. Towns driving on his former teammate. Towns, step back, mid-range jumper, well short. Rebound Gobert.
That was a interesting shot.
Nixon.
Do you remember that one-legged 3 that Towns took the other night against I think it was Milwaukee or whichever one it was when there was still like 5 seconds left on the shot clock and he took a one-legged step back 3?
Foul on Jordan Clarkson. Rudy Gobert will go to the line for 2. That is Clarkson's first foul.
Rudy Gobert being bald just does not feel right.
It doesn't. I looked at it because I pulled out the starting lamps and I had to put the profile pics, and Gobert just does not just doesn't sink. His first free throw is a miss.
He looks like Wemby, almost. Almost.
Gobert, second free throw is good. Knicks up by 1. Deuce McBride will bring it up the court. To 10 Reed, so it'll be Knicks basketball. Quick spitfire thoughts. What do you think of Brown shortening the rotation and taking out Tyler Kolek?
I think that was the right decision. As much as, a lot of people wanted Kolek to play, he just doesn't look ready. He doesn't. I think he needs more time to really develop and kind of practice a little more under the system. I don't think he's ready to be like the full-time backup point guard. I just don't think he's ready for that.
How about Deuce McBride with a contested mid-range jumper? Knicks up by 3. Edwards drives down the lane. Knicks and drop. Alley-oop to Gobert for the finish. I got to tell you, the one thing, consistent with Tibbs, consistent with Mike Brown, I do not like when the Knicks are in drop. Towns drives down the lane. Towns inside, throws it down over Gobert.
That was a mean poster. He's been throwing some mean ones lately. I think that quad that he was having trouble with is okay.
DiVincenzo in the corner, hands to Reed. Reed drives down the lane, picked up by Clarkson, turns, fires, and in and out. Rebound tipped up and put back in. Mike Brown wanted to travel.
That was a dunk over Rudy Gobert, too. I mean, that is a 4-time Defensive Player of the Year award winner or something like that.
Anunoby pick and pop knocks down the 3. Gobert picked up by Towns, hands to Edwards. Knicks trying to ice the screen. Edwards is called for, that's Towns called for a foul. I believe that is his first. Let's avoid the dumb fouls, Towns. Towns had the nice dunk on Monday over Alex Sarr. Now, obviously the one over his ex-teammate Rudy Gobert. Towns 6 points, 4-4 from the line, and a field goal with 3 rebounds. DiVincenzo hands into Edwards. Edwards picked up by Bridges. They set a screen. Edwards pulls back his dribble, hands to Randall. Randall hands off to Edwards. Edwards looks, hands off to Randall. Randall kicks. Naz Reid, corner 3, shots no good. Rebound OG Anunoby. Anunoby gets a screen from Towns, drives to the middle. Anunoby kicks out to Clarkson, back to McBride, back to Bridges. Bridges hands to Towns. Towns picked up by Edwards. Towns going to back him down, turn, and score!
He is feeling it.
Reed, and what happened here? Offensive foul, Timberwolves. Towns is on a poster streak. Dylan, you might have a point about that quad injury.
Yeah, I think it's okay.
Bridges hands to Towns.
He's just on a mission to just dunk everything.
Beautiful pass to Bridges inside for the layup. Edwards hands to Reed. Reed to DiVincenzo. Drives to the middle. Looks inside. Kicks out to Edwards. Pulls, pops, fires, hits. Anthony Edwards from downtown. Bridges. Pass stolen. This time by Dillingham. Kicks out to DiVincenzo. Randall inside. Kicks out. DiVincenzo open catch and shoot three. Puts it in. Deuce McBride will bring the ball up. Defended by Dillingham. Now screen from Towns. McBride to the middle. Kicks out to Bridges. Back to Clarkson. Open catch and shoot three. Shots rebounded by Anunoby. Anunoby inside. Shots no good. Rebound. Anunoby inside. Can't finish. Rebounded by the Timberwolves. DiVincenzo. Edwards. Dillingham. Corner three. No good. Rebound Towns.
Both teams have gone cold now after both teams were shooting pretty well.
Anunoby. Hands. Bridges. Corner three. No good. Rebounded by Reed. McBride picks up Edwards. Edwards trying to back him down. Bridges in help. They double his side. Edwards looks. Kicks out to the corner. Stolen by Clarkson. Great pass. I should say great steal there. Clarkson drives to the middle. Clarkson looks. Looking to dish. And he throws the ball into the backcourt.
Some sloppy offense now.
I just like to add a bump on Dylan's comment about the teams getting cold now. $7:11 to play. Hart tips it out of bounds. Nope, it's Knicks basketball. Never mind. Deuce McBride picked up by his former teammate DiVincenzo. He's coming behind him. Deuce McBride inside. Full court layup is good. Timeout Timberwolves.
It's good to see the offense get back into a groove. You want to build yourself a nice bigger lead again after they were up 8, and then they let Minnesota get a couple threes and they cut it to 2. Now it's a 4-point lead. So
both teams being aggressive. Now you got the Knicks obviously with a full court layup. But this was me and Donald Dylan the other night when we saw the Karl-Anthony Towns dunk over Alex Sarr. Let me find it. It's got to be somewhere here. Wallpaper. Here we go. Just like the meme says, absolute cinema.
Oh my gosh, I love that. That is actually hilarious.
Give me 1 second.
Yeah, I actually missed. I had missed most of the last game because I was watching an FAU game. I went to a college basketball game.
How was that?
Thriller. That was a thriller. That game ended in overtime. FAU won. They were down 5 with 50 seconds left. Looked like it was over. They forced 2 turnovers, tied the game, forced overtime, won in overtime. That was electric. That was a lot of fun. And of course, I was tracking the Knicks game while I was there and saw that they took care of business against Washington. So thank you for taking care of business against Washington, because if they would have had a nail biter against Washington, I would have been very upset.
Give me about less than 15 seconds. I'm just going to grab myself water from the fridge. I'll be right here.
All good. All good. This should be a fun game, though, I must say. Karl-Anthony Towns has been unreal, I must say that. I mean, the last 4 games, actually, but, what he's done so far tonight has been something. I mean, he's just dunking over everyone.
Yes.
What has gotten into Towns? He's just dunking on everybody. I don't know what angered him. Maybe it's that he's playing the team that traded him away, but he's just dunking everything. He dunked on Rudy Gobert and Anthony Edwards. I mean, hey man,
I think he saw the Knicks Twitter takes of him, of some fans having some sort of buyer's remorse. Like, you know what? I'm gonna make them not have buyer's remorse.
Right.
As you asked the question, I think it's still a win-win. Listen, it's not to say that
agree.
Randall isn't a talented player, but I think for the modern offense, and XJ and Jeff did their podcast and they were talking about Towns. You don't need two creators. You can have two creators in terms of shot creators, but Towns is what you call an advantage creator just simply by his spacing ability and his ability to pass, as obviously you saw the one layup to Bridges, but it's not saying that Randall isn't a bad player, but he's an all-star. Both players are all-star level players. Should be getting back to action next Wednesday. The Knicks will also be playing on ESPN against the Orlando Magic. The Magic have had a rough start, if I'm not mistaken. They got blown out by the Hawks a little bit. I watched a bit of the game last night. They're 3-5 to start. Desmond Bane has not had a good start.
No, he's been terrible. He has been awful.
McDaniels over the screen, hands to Naz Reid. Reid misses the three. Rebound, Deuce McBride. Towns looks. Fees, nice pass, McBride. Hart for three. No good. Rebound, Clarkson tipped out of bounds. It'll be Nick Ball. Beautiful pass. Talk about throwing a guy open.
Right.
McBride looks, finds Bridges. Bridges picked up by McDaniels. Looking, finds McBride. Bridges sets a screen to the right for the switch. McBride picked up by McDaniels, 6 to shoot. Hart going to set another screen. McBride pulls up for three. Swish! Deuce McBride from downtown.
There. Deuce has been really, really effective this year, I must say.
Drives down the lane. Shots blocked by Towns. Here comes Hart in transitions. Got to watch out not to turn over the ball. Hart looks, feeds Towns. Towns fakes. Now picked up by Reid. Towns driving. Towns looking for a handoff. Nice pass to Clarkson. Inside for the dunk. Beautiful behind the back pass.
Karl-Anthony Towns is making things happen, man.
Randall hands to McDaniels. McDaniels hands to Randall. Randall trying to back down his former teammate in Hart. Bridges comes for the strong side help. Randall turns, kicks to McDaniels. McDaniels, top of the key, drives down the lane. Inside, nice layup. Shot won't go, but a foul.
How about Karl-Anthony Towns tonight offensively? He's making the right reads, making some big plays, some poster dunks. He's been everywhere.
I'm just going to do this again. Next time he does a dunk, I'm going to do this. The absolute cinema.
I'll do it with you.
All right. McDaniels knocks down the first. Clarkson has had a steal tonight and a dunk, and also an offensive rebound.
Yep. Clarkson's making an impact too.
McDaniels knocks down the second. Knicks up by 7. And be mindful, folks, this is with Jalen Brunson on the bench.
And the whole situation about the bench and stuff was a big talking point because the bench was not performing well to start the year.
McBride hands to Hart. Hart drives down the lane, kicks out to Bridges. High pass. Bridges looks, finds Hart. Hart drives down the lane, pulls up on Gobert, and in and out, rebounded Edwards. That's actually McDaniels. My mistake. McDaniels picked up by Bridges, hands to Randall. Randall right of the screen. Randall pulls up for three. Shot is wet like water.
Yeah, Julius Randle has been very, very good this season. Very, very good.
Knicks were once again playing drop coverage. Not exactly something you want to do against Julius Randle.
No.
Bridges has that ball nearly deflected, still stays in the front court. Bridges, tough defense by the Timberwolves. Bridges hands to McBride, 11 to shoot. McBride hands back to Bridges. Bridges looks, feeds Towns. Towns looking to pass. Towns gets a screen, step back three. Misses, rebound Randall. Randall brings it up. Randall drives down the lane. Inside, shot is no good, but a foul. I believe that is the second. That might be on either Hart on the pass or on Karl-Anthony Towns. I think it's beyond Josh Hart. Mitchell Robinson, I believe, is set to check in for the Knicks. He has checked in. So is Jalen Brunson. DiVincenzo looking to hand off. Anunoby with the near strip. Randall picked up by Anunoby. Randall, couple dribbles, hands out. DiVincenzo for three. Puts it in. Dante DiVincenzo from downtown. And a 9-point lead has sunk to 1 for the Knicks. Brunson to the right of the screen. Kicks out to Hart. Hart picked up by his former Knick teammate DiVincenzo. Hands back to Clarkson. Clarkson to Robinson. Robinson looks for a handoff. Finds Clarkson. Clarkson pulls up three-pointer. No good tip-up rebound. Taken by Randall.
Not a good shot by Clarkson.
McDaniels, corner three. That's good. Timberwolves back in the lead. Hart hands to Robinson. Back to Hart. Hart looking for a handoff. Passes stripped by DiVincenzo. Anunoby waits. Looks. Kicks back to Clarkson. Drives down the lane. Clarkson's floater, no good. Tip out, rebound, and it'll be Wolves ball. See, this is the Jordan Clarkson we don't like.
Yeah. The Jordan Clarkson experience.
Conley left of the screen. Picked up by Anunoby. Conley feeds Randall. Randall at the top of the key. Back to Conley. Conley back to DiVincenzo. Catch and shoot. Corner three is good. Mike Brown calls timeout.
That is a brutal stretch of just not guarding the three.
I think Brunson's playing too far away from DiVincenzo.
Yeah. They're giving all the shooters too much room.
And especially the DiVincenzo's a sniper where he's just going to catch and like the time interval between him catching it and shooting is like so slim.
Mm-hmm.
And also like Brunson, obviously there's playing in the gaps, but he's too far over guarding at the ball. So Knicks need to fix their off-ball defense a little bit, most notably with DiVincenzo. Again, guys, feel free to hit the like button, share this out, comment down below. 51-46. As we've seen, Dylan, this game itself has been a game of runs. Seen the Wolves go up a little bit, the Knicks go up a little bit. Nice little back and forth we got ourselves here.
Yep, it's literally a game of runs. The Wolves are currently on a 14-0 run, though. The Knicks need to stop that right now, and they need to get a bucket out of the timeout.
Couple threes don't help with the McDaniels corner three, DiVincenzo corner three. The Randall top of the key three. So the Knicks have to find a way, and I'll pull up the stats right here, see how well the Wolves are shooting from three. Let's find out. The Wolves as a team are shooting 55% from three, Dylan.
Ugh. Oh, man. Yeah, the Knicks need to do something about that. They need to actually play some defense along the three-point line.
Yes, and 42% from the three-point line for the Knicks. They've shot
Which is very good.
Hit a cold strike.
Very good.
Yeah. And they've also out-rebounded the Timberwolves, both on offensive and defensive rebounds. So it's there for the Knicks to take a lead. As long as, and I've said this before, these little runs where the shots go cold, they're going to pick up again if they're staying within the flow of the offense.
Yep, 100%.
Knicks, I believe, next up on their schedule, let's see. They play Sunday versus the Brooklyn Nets. Dylan, what is it with, and we'll review this like a real quick segment. What is it with, and one social media influencer account, whatever you call it, I guess made it popular. I don't want Ja Morant on the Knicks.
No. Nope. Not doing it. He can't shoot. He can't defend. He comes with too much baggage. I'm not doing it. Nope. And I've tweeted this before. I'm staying true by it. No real Knicks fan should want that. No real Knicks fan should want that at all. Just being honest.
Just imagine a Brunson Morant backcourt of absolutely no.
I just don't think John Morant in New York is a good mix. I just don't. I don't think he could. I don't think he could. I don't like if he can't. If the media pressure in Memphis is going to get to him, I imagine New York. You know what I mean?
Brunson pulls off the screen, knocks down a three.
And that's good. Good answer right out of the timeout.
Mike Conley will bring it up the floor. Hands to DiVincenzo. Back to Conley. Conley to the right. Hands to Randall, top of the key. Couple of dribbles, goes left. Randall picked up by his former teammate in Robinson. Randall pulls high, arcing step back three. Short. Rebound Gobert. Gobert inside. Couple of dribbles. Brunson gets the steal. Brunson will bring up the half court. Brunson looks. Couple of dribbles. Kicks. Josh Hart from the wing. Defended by Randall. Hands back to Anunoby, back to Brunson. Anunoby sets a screen to the right. Brunson pulls. Three-pointer. In and out. Rebounded by DiVincenzo. Pass to McDaniels. McDaniels to the corner. Back out to Randall on the wing. Randall versus Brunson has the size advantage. Anunoby comes behind him. Conley fakes. Conley to the wing. That's DiVincenzo. Catch and shoot again for three. Puts it in.
They are leaving him way too open. They should know how he plays. He was literally on the team 2 years ago.
Robinson hands to Brunson. Brunson drives down the lane. Brunson hands to Hart. Hart from the wing. Short. Rebounded by Gobert.
Got to get a stop here.
McDaniels. Stripped. Brunson was tripped up, and it's going to be a loose ball foul against McDaniels. That is a dangerous play. Not saying it was dirty, but those type of plays are dangerous.
Brunson's, aside from, giving the shooters too much space tonight, he's actually been very active defensively this year. I must say that.
Oh, yeah.
He's been very active. I know he's, a small guy, so there's only so much you can ask for out of him, but he's done his part.
So the Knicks will have the 5 contingent from last year out on the floor with about a minute and a half to go. Brunson drives. Brunson looks down the lane, kicks out to Hart. Hart shots good from downtown. Josh Hart, number 3.
He's finding the jumper, and that's a big development, especially with him dealing with that nerve issue in his hand. So
Randall drives on Towns, kicks out DiVincenzo. Minute out, rebound. Gobert tipped out, rebounded. I should say it's out of bounds on the Timberwolves. Mikal Bridges will bring it up. Bridges looking for a pass. Towns nearly got open. Anunoby looking. Picked up by DiVincenzo. Bridges back to Hart. Finds Towns. Towns looks. Trying to find the pass. Towns inside to Anunoby. Bad pass there. And DiVincenzo stepped out of bounds.
Towns makes good reads, but sometimes he telegraphs those passes. And that's what really annoys me sometimes about his passing.
They say that the Timberwolves did not have full possession, so the Knicks will only have 3 to shoot. They got to get off a shot quick.
Plenty of time.
Bridges looks. Brunson fakes, drives, middle, shot short, rebound. Towns puts it up and in. Tied game.
That was a great rebound by Towns. You like to see him get active on the glass.
Edwards picked up by Bridges, drives down the lane. Anunoby comes for double. Kicks out to Randall. Randall inside, blocking foul called on Towns, and Towns is shaken up. Just a little bit.
I would be too, with that bulldozer of Randall going right through you. Ooh, they called a blocking foul on that? Randall, pushed him down a little bit.
Yeah, I think they're going to say because Towns was moving. Randall at the line for 2. Both teams are in the bonus with under a minute to play in the second quarter.
This game is playing out a little similarly to the Wizards game. They started off slow. They caught fire, kept it close by the half. So let's see if they have a similar second half.
Randall made his first. Randall knocks down his second. Brunson will bring up the floor, about a 7 to 8 second differential between shot clock and game clock. Brunson gets a screen from Towns. He rejects it. Now goes back right. Brunson looks, finds Hart. Hart looking for a man 11 to shoot. He hands off to Anunoby. Anunoby drives to the middle. Anunoby hands for Bridges. Bridges is stripped and stolen by the Timberwolves. DiVincenzo looks, alley-oop to Randall. Tips it in. Beautiful play by the Wolves. Josh Hart will bring up the 4. Final seconds. Hart down the lane. Inside. Pass is out of bounds. Stolen by Edwards. The Knicks will only have 1 to shoot on the game clock. Gobert comes in for rim protection with about 1.1 to play. Bridges will be the one inbounding. It is Brunson. It is Bridges. It is Hart. It is Anunoby and Towns. For the Wolves, it is DiVincenzo, Edwards, McDaniels, Randall, and Gobert. Bridges looking. Final seconds. Looking. Finds Towns. Towns for 3. No good. But
he couldn't get the buzzer beater like last time.
Like last time, unfortunately. But at the end of the half, it is 58-54 Timberwolves. Must I say, very entertaining game. But it's a nice, as we said, it's a little back and forth. Obviously, we'll look for a strong third quarter start from the Knicks. Hopefully, they've done that the past 2 games. But I would say the perimeter defense, especially on DiVincenzo, who's a very good movement shooter, has hurt them, and also the not so good start.
Yeah, no, I agree. They started off slow and then they got hot and they built a 9-point lead, but now they're down 4. It's been a game of runs, and it's you want to see them come out of the second half a lot better defensively. I feel like they're giving up way too many clean looks from 3.
So just to break down into the halftime stats, we'll go team stats then individuals. Wolves are shooting 52.6% from the field. The Knicks are shooting 45% from the field. Knicks have taken 18 threes at the half, 44%, which is not bad whatsoever. But the Wolves are shooting 52% from 3. The Knicks are shooting 100% from the line. Wolves 85%. Knicks out rebounding the Wolves 21-17. Assists the Wolves lead 15-11 as opposed to the Knicks. Both teams have 4 steals, 2 blocks each, 8 total turnovers. Wolves have 10 fast break points opposed to the Knicks 4. The Knicks have 1 more foul, 8-7. Also, as well, both teams have a large lead. Their largest lead has been 9. But I'd say, Dylan, for the fast break points, we've seen, especially in these last 2 games, the Knicks have been able to capitalize in transition. Looks like the Wolves are doing that a little bit with the Knicks' faulty turnovers, especially in the first quarter.
Yeah, when you turn the ball over, you're going to give up offense. It's just not what you want. You don't want to turn the ball over. And the Knicks did that a little too much in the first half, especially in that first quarter, turning it over way too many times. And you saw at the end of the half there, they gave up a couple turnovers that led to buckets. Minnesota is a very good offensive team, and they have guys that are very good at attacking downhill. Anthony Edwards, Julius Randle, DiVincenzo is even very quick downhill. You want to be able to, take care of the ball better. You want to protect the basketball. You don't want to turn it over. We've seen what this offense can do when they're not turning it over, when they're running fluid, when they're making their shots. That they had a good offensive half by the numbers in terms of shooting, but when you look at the playmaking, you got to clean it up.
Yeah.
You got to not turn it over so much.
Absolutely. A little more free flow. Wolves came into the game as the NBA's number 10 offense. The Knicks, the Timberwolves were 20th on defense as opposed to the Knicks, who I'm going to pull up right now. Not the page I wanted. Anyways, the Knicks, 13th in offense, 14th in defense. Kind of what you expected, but again,
it's largely because of how they performed in the first 5 games of the year. They weren't hitting their threes and they
Yes.
were giving up a lot of points. The last 2 games have looked a lot better. This game has been up and down. There's positives, there's negatives to take from this one. So, all we can hope for is that they clean up what they did wrong in the first half. They come out in the second half gunning it, making some shots, getting some stops, building a big lead, and running away with this one. But I don't think they're going to run away. I think this game's going to come down to the wire. Minnesota's very good. They're very resilient. So that's what I'm going to be looking for.
It's going to be on the last few possessions. As you said, it's been a game of runs this far. It's been back and forth. And again, it's on the Knicks to defend the perimeter better. The Wolves had done that. They were a little more aggressive, especially picking up the Knicks at half court. Like to see how Mike Brown adjusts that. Also, I'm going to look over the minutes as well for each. I should also do the individual stats. The leading scorer for the Minnesota Timberwolves is Julius Randle, 18 points. Donnie DiVincenzo, 4 threes on 7 attempts. Jaden McDaniels, 10 points as well. Not much scoring off the bench, although Mike Conley has 6 points. You bring it to the next side of the ball. Leading scorer, Karl-Anthony Towns, 10 points. The rest of the starters, except for Mitchell Robinson, have 7 points. Bridges, 7 points. Brunson, 7 points. And OG, 7 points. Guershon Yabusele, 3 points in 4 minutes. Jordan Clarkson, 2 points in 10 minutes on 4 shots. Josh Hart, 9 points in 14 minutes. 3 of 6 from the field, 3 of 4 from downtown. Landry Shamet, no points on no shots attempted. And Deuce McBride with 7 points. So the bench has, with the balance of Josh Hart and Miles McBride, have been balanced. Just you want to see better out of Jordan Clarkson.
And Shamet. I don't think we even saw Shamet out there a whole lot. But when he was out there, he wasn't really doing anything.
Yeah, he was mostly just guarding the movement shooters on ball defense. He had a total of 5 minutes. The highest plus minus for the Knicks actually is Deuce McBride. The lowest is actually Mitchell Robinson, minus 10, because he came in when he started, and that's when the Wolves went on their first run. Their second run was with Mitchell Robinson. That's not to say he's had a bad start. It's been the rest of the factors involved.
It's proof that plus minus is a very ticky-tacky stat. It's one of those stats where it's like, we know it depends on how the team is performing. It's not just solely on one player. Now, obviously, if you put up a total dud and you have a bad plus minus, then it's going to be a bad reflection on you. But, look at even like the not so good teams in the league. There are really good players who don't have good plus minuses because their team doesn't win a whole lot. So,
it's a stat that has to definitely come with context.
And 100%.
And obviously, when you look at a season, a player's plus minus for a season, you don't bring up every game and have to research every game, which is a flaw. Obviously, you can't go back research every game, but regardless of that, looks at the out of town scoreboard. The Cleveland Cavaliers are up 85-77 on the Philadelphia 76ers. The Detroit Pistons are up 75-67 on the Utah Jazz. Pistons have had a very good start, by the way. The Indiana Pacers and the Brooklyn Nets, both teams with very low win counts, most notably the Pacers are tied 72-72 in the third quarter. Brooklyn trying to go for their first win if they're going to win a game. The Boston Celtics up 70-60 on the Washington Wizards. It's also key to root for the Wizards to win because the Knicks have that first round pick. Houston Rockets up over the Memphis Grizzlies 34-29 in the second quarter. The New Orleans Pelicans and the Dallas Mavericks have gotten just started 7-0 in favor of the Pelicans. Also tonight, you have the San Antonio Spurs and the LA Lakers, two teams with very hot starts. Luka Doncic facing off versus Victor Wembanyama. You also have the Miami Heat versus the Denver Nuggets. Both teams have 4 wins apiece. The Portland Trailblazers, who actually have apparently fixed up their defense a little bit with the help of Tiago Splitter and the sudden resignation of Chauncey Billups. We all know what that's about.
Resignation.
Will face the undefeated OKC Thunder trying to break their win streak. And the Golden State Warriors will play the Sacramento Kings at 10 o'clock as well. So that is your out-of-town scoreboard. Dallas Mavericks have not played well to start, even with the help of Cooper Flagg. Klay Thompson looks cooked.
Yeah, and they're actually benching Klay Thompson. They're moving him to the bench. So,
oof. Oof, oof, oof. And isn't Anthony Davis now injured? I think I read somewhere that
Yeah.
he got hurt.
Yeah, he is.
And it's funny because during the and if you guys don't know already, I listen. I love Knicks Twitter, but if you watch the first couple of games and you watch Twitter, it's a whole overreaction thing. It's all sophistry. You have to take
The
every
amount of
little.
the amount of times I saw Tom Thibodeau's face on my timeline after we lost third game.
Good lord, good lord, good lord, good lord. But you got to take everything with a grain of salt with some of these Twitter takes, especially if they're trolling or whatever. But regardless to the point, I want to see what the Trailblazers ranked defensively. They're actually number 10, which is surprising.
I'm gonna grab some water, so I'll be right back momentarily.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So that's the out of town scoreboard. Again, guys, feel free to hit comments down below. Really appreciate you all being here Wednesday in your game streams. I think I'm going to be a little occupied this coming week as I'll be having family coming into town soon as tonight. So I won't be able to do much of many streams, maybe some videos eventually. But that is just the updated streak, or at least a quick update regarding to my content. But obviously, the consistency will keep coming. The streams will keep coming as they are previewing the LA Lakers Spurs game that is set to tip off at about an hour and 20 minutes, closer to 10 o'clock, 10:10. But right now, our focus is on the Knicks game, 58-54, which the Timberwolves are up. But also, the Knicks are possibly bound to come back. But once again, as I've said before, I appreciate you all being here. If you're new here, hit the like button, subscribe. Definitely helps the algorithm. Grow us out, share us out, comment down below your thoughts, your takes. It doesn't even have to be Knicks. It could be NBA related. We'll answer it to the best of our abilities. I luckily got Dylan here, and our links are down below. Dylan, phenomenal stuff with Fireside Knicks. So that is great in totality. So it's all fun here on the Knicks Cast channel. Again, once again, comment down below. Love to hear your thoughts. Love interactive conversation, respectful debate. Curious to see how the Knicks come out at half. Would you let me ask you this? Would you switch up defensive assignments?
That's a good one. I mean, I don't think there's really anything about the assignments. I think they more so just need to play up on the shooters. Stop giving them so much room. You know what I mean? I think the matchups themselves are fine. It's they're just leaving the guys open. They're helping too much. You gotta be more disciplined. A more disciplined team will get more stops. So that's really where I'm at with that.
Yeah, and as I mentioned earlier, DiVincenzo is a very good movement shooter. So, and what I was going to mention before with the whole Anthony Davis thing, as I said, during the whole Knicks Twitter overreaction cycle, there were people mocking Anthony Davis to the Knicks in a trade, sending Karl Anthony Towns to the Mavericks.
My goodness, man! I if you thought Mitchell Robinson was injury prone, meet Anthony Davis. Anthony Data Davis, street clothes.
Street clothes Davis. Some people called him a Disney. And
I call him Anthony Data Davis.
Yeah, because exactly. And the thing is, with Anthony Davis, somebody said, "Oh, well, people forget Anthony Davis is good." That's not the point.
Oh, we don't forget he's good. We know he's really good. He's just never on the floor.
We only forget he's good because he's never on the freaking court. And what was it? I don't remember what injury, forgive me. Immediately when he got to the Mavericks last year, hurt.
It was like it was like an adductor injury or something. I don't remember fully either, but it was a long-term injury that kept him out for a very long time. And it literally, like you just said, took 30 minutes for Mavs fans to see why you don't trade for Anthony Davis, because he got hurt right away in his debut. You know what I mean? Like, that was why do you think everyone was clowning the trade? Not necessarily because it's like people were like saying like, oh, obviously the main consensus was like, oh, why did the Mavericks trade Luca? But a lot of other people were like, oh, why would they acquire Anthony Davis, or this, that? Why couldn't they have just gone after someone else? Well, you don't trade for Anthony Davis because he's always hurt. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
it's one of those things where it's like, we know he's good. The talent is there. He is on the floor. He is a beast. The guy can defend. The guy can score. We know that. He's never on the court. There's always something every year with him that makes him miss games, and then it's less effective for the team. The team ends up falling apart. The one year that wasn't the case, when he was at the Lakers in 2020, they won the title because he was actually around to play in games. Now that he's always been injured, the skill set has fallen off a little bit. He's still very good, but it's not like the AD we saw that won the title. So it's a different version of him now. It's one that's still very good, but also on the court a lot less. So it's tough. It's tough, but Mavericks fans will continue to miss Luca. I'm sure they are really missing him right now.
Of course,
with their rough start that they're having.
And especially with Kyrie Irving out, still trying to recover from the ACL injury, that it's just set up for disaster.
The thing is, the team has talent. The thing is, the team has talent, but that little cloud, I guess, it's gonna remind fans oh, we traded Luca a year ago, is gonna always linger. So the expectations for the Mavericks now are literally, you better win a championship within the next 2 years, or else this is the stupidest trade you will have ever made. So,
And as you said, they have talent, but the thing is, it's not a bad thing that they're mostly defensive minded, but the problem is you don't have a superstar to carry the load right now. You're putting a lot on Cooper Flagg's plate. Yes, he's the number 1 overall pick. Yes, he's seen as generational, this, that, and the third. But right now, it just looks disastrous. And Jason Kidd just got handed an extension, so it doesn't look all great. But bench points, actually, the Knicks have 21 bench points as opposed to the Wolves 8. So it's all about stopping the starters. We should be returning to action the next minute or so. Just take a breath. Donnie DiVincenzo with the face mask. I don't know why he's wearing the face mask, but I guess someone hit him up high. I think he was playing with that previously in the Brooklyn game.
Most likely.
If you guys don't remember, forget the assistant's name, forgive me. The Knicks were trying to pull one of the Wolves' assistants, not one, but 2, for their head coaching gig. One of them being
Mike Nori.
Mike Nori, there we go. Randall hands to Edwards. Edwards picks up. Jumper, shots blocked by Bridges. Good start. Brunson will bring it up the court. Brunson with Towns trailing. Brunson feeds Towns. Towns catch and shoot. Misses. Rebound Randall. DiVincenzo, no good. Rebound Towns. Brunson to the right of the Mitch screen. Brunson looks, drives to the middle. Brunson fall away jumper, no good. Rebounded by DiVincenzo. Looks to push. Randall into the paint. Randall inside over Towns is good.
Randall is so good downhill, man. He's so good downhill.
Towns, Robinson loses it out of bounds.
Sloppy possession.
Robinson asking what happened to his hands. Edwards brings it up the court, hands to Randall. Randall picked up by Anunoby. Randall at the nail. Looks for DiVincenzo. DiVincenzo cutting, gets by Robinson. No, he missed the layup. Rebound Brunson. Knicks might look to push. Bridges pulls, 3-pointers up. Swish. Mikal Bridges from downtown.
DiVincenzo smoked a bunny.
Randall with the screen from Gobert goes to his right. Randall picked up by Robinson. 3-pointer in and out. Rebound tipped. Taken by Edwards. Back to DiVincenzo. Back to McDaniels. Having to rotate. McDaniels in and out. Rebound Towns. Now to Brunson. Brunson picking up the court. Brunson looks. Feeds Anunoby inside. And reverse layup is good. Edwards picked up by Brunson. Edwards to the nail. Edwards, tough jumper, blocked by Robinson. Edwards to the corner. McDaniels, wide open 3, knocks it down.
Just too open.
Brunson brings it up, hands to Towns. Towns looking to dish. Towns picked up by Randall. Towns looking for a handoff. He finds Brunson. Brunson one-on-one, couple of dribbles, drives into the lane. Brunson turns, falls away, back out Bridges. Bridges for three, shot no good. Rebound Randall. Randall to Edwards. Edwards to DiVincenzo. DiVincenzo to Gobert. Gobert is fouled, but it was before the pass. Gobert playing soccer with the ball. .921 here to play. DiVincenzo hands to Edwards. Edwards picked up by Bridges with the screen. Dish stolen by Bridges. Beautiful play there. Knicks have numbers. Brunson fakes, drives. Anunoby inside. Shots blocked. Robinson puts it up and in, and the foul.
Good rebound by Mitch, but now you have to hope he makes the free throw.
Oh, God. Luckily, I don't want to jinx it. Luckily, we haven't seen Hakamich this year. Maybe it's because the offense is less predictable. Whatever. It could be defense. I don't know.
Who knows? Maybe Mike Brown's just playing strategically. Because you can't do the Hakamich early in quarters. So.
Yep, he missed the free throw. 63-61. They're going to have now ESPN's shot clock was wrong for a second. Edwards picked up by Bridges. McDaniels picked up by Towns. Looks, finds Randall. Randall loses it out of bounds. Knicks basketball.
Defense is tightened up.
Brunson will bring it up the court. Brunson picked up by McDaniels. Brunson gets a screen from Robinson. Brunson goes to the right. He's doubled. Brunson looking to dish this time. Brunson looks, couple fakes. Robinson inside for the dunk. Tied game.
Good pass there by Brunson.
He used the up fake and the bounce pass.
It was a good setup, too. Drew Edwards out of the paint. Left Mitch wide open for the dunk.
Deflected out of bounds that time. Edwards had to decide between Bridges and Robinson. He decided on Bridges. Robinson was open. Brunson, 8 assists tonight.
Yeah, he's playing like a point guard. And he's been playing like a point guard this year.
Robinson heads to the bench. Josh Hart in. Edwards on the drive, kicks out to Randall. Randall takes down the defense. Randall gets past Towns, no good. Gobert puts it up and in over the smaller Brunson. Bridges, Towns, 3, yes! Karl Anthony Towns from downtown.
Carl from downtowns.
Gobert along the wing feeds DiVincenzo, catch and shoot. Misses. Rebound Brunson. Brunson feeds. Ball is stripped, and DiVincenzo nearly tripped up by his former teammate. Out of bounds. It will be Knick basketball.
Definitely improved out of the half.
And looks like we're going to have a timeout here. Or not. Or are we?
Yeah, we're having it's a timeout.
Well, I said it last game, Dylan. Praying that I don't jinx it. Have we overcame the third quarter of doom?
Possibly. At the start, the first few games, the third quarter of doom was very much alive because they were a net negative in third quarters to start the year. First 5 games, they were, by the metrics, had a they were, it was a negative plus minus. I don't exactly remember what it was. I just remember it was negative. But now the past few games, the third quarters have seemed to be like their turn up quarter. That's the quarter where they really, kick into high gear. So I don't know what Mike Brown is telling them at halftime, but hey, keep telling them it. It's working.
Let's just hope it stays that way because the Knicks have, especially defensively, started out strong. And the ball movement is there. Brunson's got some assists. And it's interesting, Dylan, because everybody knew it at the point of January last year, where the contingent of Hart with the contingent of 4 with Towns, Brunson, Anunoby, Bridges didn't work. I don't specifically know what the numbers are. I'm going to look them up. It kind of seems like they're a positive this year. I could be wrong on that.
Mm-hmm.
Because in fairness, even when I was the guy who feared, Josh Hart's going to ruin the spacing. But to be fair, he's made 3 3-pointers tonight.
Yeah, and Josh Hart making those shots is very, very essential. Because like I mentioned before, the hand thing is bothering him. He's got nerve issues in his shooting hand. So if he's able to knock down some shots, even with that, imagine if he was healthy. I still question if he should get the surgery, but if he's able to play through it and be effective, then, so be it.
That's all I want, and the numbers. I doubt that's updated to this game, but in 30 minutes, that 5 contingent has a plus 19.31 net rating. Plus 19.31. Defensive rating, terrific. 106.06. Offensive rating, 125.37.
Definitely encouraging to see. Definitely very encouraging. You like to see that.
Especially that Mike Brown's a little more innovative with his offensive concepts.
Definitely.
Figuring out ways to hide Josh Hart as much as possible. He's also making his threes, which helps. It looked like I think they were challenging the call. I could be wrong on that. Just to see the deflection out of bounds.
Well, either way, it is Minnesota basketball.
So I'm guessing they overturned the call. Knicks up by 1 with about 7:47 to play. Randall will bring it up the floor, picked up by OG Anunoby. Randall across the timeline looks for Anthony Edwards. Edwards picked up by Deuce McBride. The Knicks are in drop. Edwards against McBride. Edwards backing him down, turns. Look, DiVincenzo on the open cut and dunk. Brunson just fell asleep defensively. Brunson right of the screen. Brunson, couple of dribbles, pulls. Ball away, mid-range jumper is good.
It's a tough shot. Over the taller Gobert.
That's his marquee. Randall, hands to Edwards, picked up by McBride. Gobert with the screen to the right. Edwards pulls back. 3-pointers up. 3-pointer in and out. Rebound Hart. Josh Hart in transition, trying to take it full court. Looks. Back out to Anunoby, back out to Towns. Towns fakes, sidesteps. Back out to Anunoby, wide open on the wings. Switch!
OG from 3 this year has been terrific, by the way. He has been phenomenal shooting the ball.
McDaniels, hands to DiVincenzo. DiVincenzo looks for a handoff. He finds Edwards. Edwards off the screen. The Knicks in drop. Edwards goes left of the screen. Once again, the Knicks are in drop. Couple of fakes. Edwards inside, dump pass to McDaniels. Stripped, taken by Hart. Here come the Knicks off the turnover. Hart looks. Hart finds. Try to find the man. Hart finds Anunoby. Catch and shoot 3. Shot's no good. Rebound Brunson over his former teammate. Brunson rolls sheet. Gives back to Anunoby. Drives down the lane. Off the glass. No good. Rebound taken by Towns. Towns looks inside. They will call a foul on Towns.
I really hate how Towns always finds a way to get those silly offensive fouls. I'm not going to lie. That might have been actually a flop there. But, those fouls, though, as I was just alluding to, it really upsets me that he gets those. Because it feels like it kills possessions. It kills possessions.
I do agree that partially was a sell, but
that might have been a little bit of a flop.
Because I'm sure it didn't look like an overly aggressive shoulder nudge, but regardless, McDaniels Along the wing, finds Randall. Randall stripped. Anunoby, here he comes. In transition, lays it up and in.
That was great right there.
Randall picked up by Anunoby. Conley comes with the screen for the switch. Randall drives down the lane. Randall inside, blocking foul. No, offensive foul. Never mind.
Yeah, Hart was straight up.
Brunson drives down the lane. Euro step, looks, kicks out to McBride. Back to Hart. Fakes, drives down the lane. Hart kicks out to Brunson. Ball movement is there. Brunson, splash! From the
Big
wing,
time
he
shot.
knocks down a 3. Knicks up by 9.
That was a big time shot right there.
Edwards drives down the lane. Euro step inside. Shot's good in the foul. He was fouled. I think the foul, hopefully it's not on Towns. I think it might have been on Deuce. But interesting they're rolling with this contingent of Deuce in place of Mikal Bridges. No, the foul was not on Towns. It was Deuce McBride. Please, no more foul trouble. Anthony Edwards to complete the old-fashioned three-point play. Towns checks out. Mitchell Robinson checks in. It'll be Brunson, McBride, Bridges, Hart, and Mitchell Robinson. Hart will bring it across the timeline, hands to Bridges. Bridges gets a screen from Mitchell Robinson. Bridges drives down the lane, kicks out to Hart. Hart fakes, drives down the lane this time. Oh, beautiful reverse layup, no good. Rebound, Robinson with the putback and stuff. McDaniels blocked by Robinson out of bounds.
Mitchell Robinson is everywhere. That's what you like to see.
Hart deflects it out of bounds. It'll be Wolves ball at 18 to shoot. And a timeout is called.
Knicks now up 8. This is the part of the game where you really want to get some more momentum. Build that lead up to double digits. Put some pressure on Minnesota.
Wolves have been very much with the runs, but the Knicks have had the run. The Knicks are outscoring the Wolves by 12 in the quarter.
Been a very good quarter from them on both ends.
OG a big factor. Mitchell Robinson a big factor. You see something. Rudy Gobert has 8 rebounds, and so does Mitchell Robinson. Towns is a plus 12. OG is a plus 5. 4 of the 5, and it could be, very soon that it could end. 4 of the 5 Knicks are in double digits, as in the 4 or 5 of the Knicks starters. Mitchell Robinson has 8 points, so that could very become much 10.
And usually you do not see Mitchell Robinson doing a lot of scoring. By the way, Cooper Flagg just got an insane poster dunk just a moment ago.
Let me see. Cooper Flagg. Somebody says, y'all really be trying to trade every other day and twice on Sundays. Y'all wouldn't know basketball if your name was Spalding. Let me look at this dunk. Oof. Ooh. Wow.
Yeah. Cooper Flagg, he finally arrived.
Also, another NBA note. Somebody brought this up. I should say somebody brought this up. Zion's hurt for another 7 to 10 days, hamstring injury. And once again, during the overreaction cycle, there was potential Knicks fans saying, hey, why don't we trade for Zion? I'm like, nah.
I love how you had to say potential Knicks fans.
Yeah.
Maybe they're fans.
Maybe they're fans. Maybe they're just, I don't know. Again, guys, if you haven't already, hit the like button, subscribe. Tequila taste of excellence. As the Brunson alley-oop to Bridges was there. And some nice passes to Mitch, dump lobs. Cannot say enough how different Mikal Bridges is this year as a player.
He just looks more comfortable. And I had been saying for a while that he was going to thrive in this system. It's built perfectly for him.
Randall drives inside, shots blocked by Robinson. Here comes Hart in transition, looks, feeds, Bridges, three, no, rebound, Robinson back out of Brunson. Brunson catch and shoot, three, shots no go, rebound McBride. McBride puts it up and in.
That's just great hustle. Getting those second chance opportunities right there is huge. That's the largest lead of the game, I believe, for Knicks now.
It is. Edwards picked up by Bridges. Edwards pulls, step back three, pure. Anthony Edwards
Tough
from downtown.
Shot. That's a superstar move right there.
Hart to the basket, lays it in transition.
Good move. Good answer.
Edwards picked up by Hart, nearly stripped. Tough defense there. Edwards in isolation, drives to the middle, nearly stripped. Edwards turns, falls, looks, fall away. No, rebound Hart. Here come the Knicks. Hart loses his dribble, picked up by the Wolves. Looks, McDaniels, Randall, inside. Shot is good and one.
They have not been able to contain Julius Randle tonight.
Yeah, he's been a beast, whether it's in the paint, the catch and shoot threes. He'll go to the line for the old-fashioned three-point play. Randall at the line, knocks down the free throw. About 3.5 minutes to play. Brunson will bring it up against Clark. Brunson's going to get a screen from Robinson. He goes to the right of that screen. Double screen there. Double drag concept. Bridges, defended by DiVincenzo. Bridges looks for a handoff. Looks, finds Brunson, 7 to shoot. Brunson drives down the lane. Brunson, Euro step. Beautiful lay inside. Naz Reid picked up by Hart. Now to DiVincenzo. DiVincenzo double, kicks out to Randall. Knicks have to rotate. Randall inside, blocked by Robinson. Here comes Brunson. Brunson feeds Hart. Hart inside with a contact. No good. They didn't call a foul. Rebound Timberwolves. Naz Reid with the ball, hands to Conley. Conley loses the ball out of bounds.
Knicks defense is all over right now, man.
Too tantalizing. Brunson hands it to McBride. Brunson will bring it up. Knicks up by 8 with about 2:40 to play. Hart comes with a screen. Brunson trying to get Clark off his back. He moves to his left, picked up by Gobert. Pull up three-pointer. Bang! Jalen Brunson from downtown. Knicks' largest lead of the night.
They are feeling it offensively and defensively this quarter. Both ends, they look terrific.
Conley fakes. Reed picked up, and I think there was a foul there, and the ball just got stuck between the rim and the backboard. But Dylan, to your, among some people's concerns, they're actually doing this with Towns 5 minutes, not him at the 4.
Yep.
And to be fair, some of those moments were with Mitchell Robinson at the 5. Obviously, I'm not here to discredit him because he's been phenomenal tonight. But some of these moments also was aggressiveness from OG and Mikal Bridges and Deuce McBride too. Conley goes over the screen.
Mitchell Robinson's made a tremendous impact defensively, though. Blocking a lot of shots, altering shots, getting rebounds.
Foul called to Mikal Bridges. I believe that's going to send DiVincenzo to the line. The Wolves have now hit the bonus.
The interior play from both Towns and Robinson has been great tonight. Both of them.
Bridges still talking over with the referee. DiVincenzo's first free throw is good.
And the shooting has returned this game, too. They're shooting the lights out. The Knicks are really on fire from 3. Both teams are shooting well, but the Knicks especially have really gotten locked in from 3.
They're also playing better in transition in this half. They're also hustling. They're also getting steals.
Yeah, they're turning the miscues from Minnesota into buckets, which is going to go a very long way.
Hart over the screen, pull up 3, splash! Josh Hart, 4 3-pointers.
What a night he's having.
What a stretch. Reed, catch and shoot, answers with a 3. Brunson will bring it across the timeline. Brunson picked up by Clark. Hart sets the screen. Brunson drives down the lane. Brunson looks, turns, fades, fires, hits. Just rattles
Good
home.
move.
Conley hands to Reed.
Brunson's catching fire this quarter, too.
DiVincenzo back to Reed. Reed contested 3, no good. Rebound, Karl Anthony Towns. Brunson.
You really feel like the Knicks have a ton of momentum right now. You got to keep it going.
Hart drives down the lane, kicks. Towns layup is good.
Good pass. Great pass.
Great cut. DiVincenzo to Reed. They're going to speed up the ball movement. Conley drives, kicks to Reed. Reed inside, kicks out. Jalen Clark knocks down the corner 3.
And that's been their one problem all night. That left corner has been very weak defensively.
45 seconds to play here in the third quarter. Brunson feeds Bridges. Now they're going to his zone here. Brunson defended by Clark. Hart sets the screen to the right. Brunson pulls for 3. No good. Rebounded by Reed. About a 9-second differential between shot clock and game clock. DiVincenzo picked up by Shaman, now to Clark. Clark hands to Reed. Reed hands to Conley. Conley over the Reed screen. Conley looking to dish. Conley in isolation. Conley picked up by Bridges. Gobert with the screen to the right. The Knicks look to ice, and they call a late foul on Bridges. Or that could be on Towns.
I don't know about that one.
I think that was a bailout.
Yeah, I agree. Vegas stepped in on that one. No, I'm playing. I'm kidding.
Mike Conley at the line for 2 as the Wolves are in the bonus. Conley at the line. Shot is good, the first one.
Well, now if you're the Knicks, you just want to get that last shot off and you want to get a good look.
Conley made the first. Knocks down the second. Knicks up by 8. They will have about 14 seconds to shoot as it absorbs all of the game clock. Brunson is fouled by Clark. So don't think this puts the Knicks in the bonus. They use their foul to give. It is Brunson, Shamet, Bridges, Hart, and Towns.
Brunson, by the way, is on triple-double watch, people.
Oh, boy. Shamit looks, drives down the lane, feeds to Towns. Towns fakes, dribbles, drives inside. That's probably, that's going to get called an offensive foul any day of the week.
Oh, my gosh.
Jesus.
How are you going to do an offensive foul and miss the dunk? How many fouls is he up to, though? Is that
I'm scared.
3, 4?
We'll figure it out at the end of the quarter. I'm scared. Because he's had a very good game on both sides.
I want to say that's number 3. I'll check right now.
Let's see. Uses the arm.
That's actually number 4. He's at 4 fouls. So I imagine that he maybe. Nah, he won't start the fourth corner of the bench because Mike Brown likes to usually do that with Brunson. So he'll probably start him out there, and if he gets to 5, then he has to obviously sit. But 2 silly fouls back to back, really, for Cat.
Edwards misses the 3 from half court. At the end of 3, it's 94-86 Knicks.
Very good third quarter, and that's a momentum shifter. That is the quarter you wanted to have.
So to follow up on Dylan's point about the triple-double, Brunson has 9 assists. He has 7 rebounds and 19 points.
Could be his first career triple-double.
He's never had a triple-double?
Nope. Never has had a triple-double. I mean, the guy is, 6'1" on a good day? So
yeah.
So, I mean, I don't think he usually grabs rebounds like that. But the triple-double is the last thing I care about. I want a W, so.
Just remember a few days ago, also as well, in fairness, as much as we wanted Josh Hart to sit, we also wanted Cat to sit. And, both have played their ass off. So I guess we're not telling them to sit anymore.
Right. Especially with how they're playing right now. I mean, they look great.
I don't know how Hart's, I'll be honest, I don't know how Hart has figured out the shooting form.
Hey, if it's going to work, it's going to work. Because, he's knocked down some big shots tonight. So, you know what? Let him cook.
Let's see some other scores around the league. $128-111, Cleveland over Philadelphia, Detroit 112-101 over the Utah Jazz. Brooklyn Nets are winning for a change, 101-96. The Celtics are blowing out the Wizards, 108-80. Houston is beating Memphis 64-56. The Pelicans have a 3-point edge over the Mavericks, 42-39, and the Miami-Denver game just got started, 22-18 in their favor. But folks, this offense can flow. As people have remarked, including Dylan himself, this might be a semi-rough start to the season, but once they start hitting, it can only become more deadly, because I'm sure over time, Mike Brown is, as he said, in the preseason they did essentially called no plays. It was like, okay, play on your own. And then he's like play by play, opening the playbook. And I think that's only going to continue throughout the season. And once it diversifies completely, Knicks will be in check.
Yep. And, having him react and stuff is a positive thing, by the way. Fans, I remember, were a little upset about it. They were like, why is he not going plays? Well, having him being able to react and freestyle because there's situations you can't call plays. So getting them adjusted to that is beneficial.
It's knowing the right situation, knowing what to do in the right situation. You could argue that the Knicks freestyled most of last year's offense.
Exactly. You think Tom Thibodeau was out there calling plays?
OG Anunoby will bring it up.
think the only plays that Tom Thibodeau was calling last year was Brunson, save us. The rest of you guys go stand out of his way.
Brunson saved me basketball. Towns has it at the nail. 10 to shoot. Towns looks, finds Clarkson. Clarkson to the right of the screen. Picked up by Randall. Drives down the lane. Inside. Shot is good from Clarkson.
Mike Brown's starting with a lot of the bench unit here.
Yeah, Deuce. Yabusele and Towns. Conley drives. Kicks out to Reed. Reed drives. Stolen by McBride. Intercepted. McBride inside. Shot is goaltended. It went in anyway, but it is a goaltend. Deuce did play football, folks, in high school, but not as a cornerback, as a quarterback.
That is a big dude for a guy who's only, 6'2"?
Randall to the paint. Shot is good. He has been cooking Yabusele tonight.
Yeah, I don't think we'll be seeing Yabusele out on the floor much longer, I'm not going to lie.
Wouldn't be surprised. Very good in-game adjustments usually. Clarkson has a screen to the right from Towns. Clarkson looks, hands off to McBride. McBride looking, defended by Clark. Drives down the lane, pulls again, kicks out Yabusele. No. Rebound Clark. Taken up by Edwards. Here comes Conley. Edwards. Oh, God, he's picked up by Yabusele. Edwards drives inside. Layup is no good, but a foul. All right. That was a fun minute and a half. Time to go.
Yeah, it's concerning that he can't stay in front of his guy. I mean,
Clarkson tried giving him help, but he didn't pivot toward his help.
It's just, Yabusele, you can't trust him to actually stay in front of the guy he's picking up, though. You haven't been able to really trust him with that at all this year.
Edwards, he missed his first. Only 11 points tonight as Edwards knocks it down. In fairness, it's his first game back. Deuce McBride will bring up the ball. McBride drives down the lane. McBride stops, kicks. Anunoby drives this time. Anunoby inside. Layup is good, and the foul.
Good take there. Nice, strong take.
Foul on Naz Reid.
And sure enough, like I said, they took Yabusele out, and that's why Shamit's in the game. So
very quick to, as Lee said, very quick to substitute.
Which is good. We didn't have a coach last year who was willing to make quick adjustments.
As you see, Anunoby looked like he wanted to practice that free throw. He's like, I'm just going to shot put it real quick. Yeah, he shot it, but they didn't count it.
Well, now the clock is off entirely. So now they're icing him at the line. Like, what are we doing?
Yeah, so now they're moving. Now they got the clock up and running. But luckily, he shot put it and didn't count because that was a miss.
Well, I guess on the good side, this gives a few extra seconds of rest for like Brunson.
Yes. Towns going over to be coached by Mike Brown. I don't know what they're calling here.
They're not going to count that free throw attempt, are they?
I hope not. Because the clock was off. They told him, don't shoot that. So now they're going. Now it's like a full timeout taken here. Jesus.
One of the sides must have called a timeout.
That's possible.
Well, now the refs are calling him back onto the court, so I guess that was the shortest timeout you will ever have. Nice, cool 15-second timeout.
Knicks up by 11. Once again, folks, this has been a game of runs, so the game is not over.
Second half has been entirely in the Knicks' control, though.
That's very true. So
first half, it was absolutely a game of runs, but since then, it's been all Knicks since the first half.
So Anunoby will redo the free throw. It did not count. Let's hope he doesn't shot put it like last time. And he knocks down the free throw to complete the old-fashioned three-point play. Knicks up by 12. Largest lead of the game.
Longest three-point play you'll ever see.
McDaniels picked up by Anunoby. Hands to Randall. Randall picked up by Towns. Randall looking for a handoff. He finds Edwards. Edwards back to Randall. Now pass. Ooh, they call it Wolves ball. I thought it was off of the Wolves, but I guess not. Slight miscommunication there. Wolves will have 8 to shoot. Anunoby deflects it out of bounds, so they will once again have 8 to shoot. Very active OG Anunoby. And he's already won Defensive Player of the Game for the Knicks standards.
Oh, yeah.
Randall picked up by Anunoby.
He'll be getting the hard hat and Tim's after this one.
DiVincenzo floater is good over 2 contests. And out of bounds.
DiVincenzo's also having a strong night. The two favorites of former Knicks are having very strong nights in their homecoming.
The 2 former Knicks and the former Timberwolves. Aside from those 4 dummy fouls, Shamet hands off to McBride. McBride pulls, defended by Clark. Towns comes with the screen to the left. McBride, defended by Randall, his former teammate, pulls up for 3. No good. Rebound, Towns. Towns, it's like, can't finish. OG gets it in and a foul.
OG has made some athletic plays tonight. He has gotten up there.
I thought Towns was going to get called for a push-off. Obviously not.
We're just so used to Towns getting hit with the whistle.
Meanwhile, if they hit him as hard as he hit defenders on the other end, they would. If you could punch Towns on the arm, they wouldn't call a foul. He's got, to be fair, he has an unfair whistle, but it doesn't help he has stupid fouls. And Anunoby knocks down the free throw. Anunoby's got to be close to 20 points now.
Probably. I'll double check very soon on how close he's at, but he is having a very, very solid night.
Randall picked up by McBride. Randall has the size advantage. Bully ball drives inside. No, he missed it. Rebound Anunoby. Anunoby will slow it down. Drives down the lane. Inside. Layup is good.
OG is cooking.
Timberwolves.
And again, this is all with Jalen Brunson sitting on the bench getting a rest, and the Knicks now have their largest lead of the night.
Facts. Apologies, I got to take a bathroom break.
Yeah, you need to take that. No, but this has been a great night so far from a number of guys, and the offensive rebounding has been tremendous. From Karl-Anthony Towns, OG Anunoby, Mitchell Robinson, Josh Hart's made some nice plays too. We're seeing a lot of activity on the glass, and I think that's really what's been driving this team tonight to really have a lot of success. But a 15-point lead, all they need to do now is just, clamp down, get some stops, keep building the lead, keep doing what they've been doing this entire second half. Because this second half has been very, very efficient on both sides for the New York Knicks. I am interested, though, to see if when they're going to throw Brunson back in the game. Obviously you could do it now, but you probably have an extra bit of leeway to give him some more rest because you've built your largest lead with him on the bench. You want to keep the guys that are giving you an impact in there. So let's see what Mike Brown does out of the timeout, but definitely something to monitor.
I am back.
Welcome back, my friend.
Yes, just want to mention real quick. I mentioned this to Dylan in my private chat. There is a chance I might have to end the stream early. Don't worry, everything is okay. It's just my 87-year-old grandpa is flying in from New York City. So once you get older, folks, and you live far away from relatives, you have to, especially older relatives, you have to take the time you spend with them very seriously. And being that he's 87 years old, I want to measure every caution that he gets out okay.
Family comes first, bro. Hopefully the Knicks just pull away from this, go up 20, throw in the bench guys.
Absolutely.
And then you can be on your way, and we can be on our way, happy over a W.
Yes, hopefully to our fifth win of the season.
Still got time though, so they got to close it out. They got to just keep doing what they've been doing at the start of this quarter.
So Ian Begley says that OG has had 15 points in the second half, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong. Yeah, OG has had 15 points in the second half, 22 in total. So I was right about the 20-point thing. I don't know if you brought that up while I was in the bathroom, but
I was talking about it a little bit.
Okay. The Knicks have outscored Minnesota by 17 in Anunoby's 10 second half minutes. So world of a difference, folks. World of a difference. But again, Knicks have to keep their heads up high and continue to play aggressive. Knicks up by 15, largest lead of the game. Edwards gets a screen from Gobert, played up by McBride. DiVincenzo off the catch, knocks down a three. Really good off those curl plays.
Now you just got to respond if you're the Knicks.
Towns with a screen. McBride against Gobert. Drives down the lane. Pulls. 11 to shoot. McBride trying to clear out. Finds Clarkson. Corner three. Swish! Jordan Clarkson from downtown.
Good response. Jordan Clarkson with another solid game. 35 bench points tonight for New York.
Edwards with a screen left and right. Now goes back left, back to right again. That should be an offensive foul. They don't call it. Edwards knocks down the three. McBride got smacked in the face. Mitchell Robinson waiting to check in. Knicks up by 12. Shamet brings it up against Donnie DiVincenzo. Shamet loses it, now looking to hand off. Finds Towns. Towns against his former teammate. Jab steps. Looks. Hands off Anunoby. Drives down the lane. Fakes. Back out to Clarkson. Good ball movement. Clarkson pulls. Finds Anunoby. Final seconds. Anunoby has to pull off a shot. And no good. Rebound Gobert.
I would like to think we'll see Brunson come back in very, very soon. We're approaching that point of the fourth where he usually comes back in.
Edwards picked up by McBride. Edwards, couple of dribbles. Fakes. Ooh. Dribble. Three-pointer. Air ball.
Ooh.
UFO, as Walt Clyde Frazier would say.
7 minutes left. Get a bucket here. Build some momentum. Keep it going. Keep your foot on the gas. New York has shot the ball exceptionally well.
Towns out. Josh Hart in. So is Mitchell Robinson.
Got to be very impressed with the second half performance, though, on both ends. They've really clamped down, and they're knocking down a lot of shots.
Well, Dylan, you called it. Brunson is back in. Brunson defended by Edwards. Robinson with a screen to the right. Brunson drives baseline. He fakes. Pull-up jumper. No. Rebound tipped. Anunoby has the ball. McBride, corner three. Splash! Knicks up 15 again. Randall with a screen. Drives down on Robinson. Robinson with a strip, and they will say it's Minnesota ball. The Knicks have had 21 second chance points all game.
How many offensive boards have they had? That's what I want to know. I'm going to take a look.
Anunoby heads to the bench.
So the New York Knicks tonight have had 17 offensive rebounds. 42 total rebounds as well, by the way, which, let's see if we can compare that. That is 42 to 28 on the rebound battle. So they are dominating the boards.
Looks like the Knicks are going to challenge. They thought the ball was off the Timberwolves, so we'll see what comes
out of it. And as I just pointed out, 17 offensive rebounds and only 7 from Minnesota. Ooh. And points in the paint is night and day difference. The Knicks have 50 points in the paint to Minnesota only having 28 points in the paint. So the rim protection has been on point tonight. Second chance points, as you just pointed out, 21 second chance points to Minnesota's 12. Yeah, that's pretty much where we're at. And the turnovers in the second half have also improved. They had 4 turnovers in like the first 5 minutes of the game. And so far in this fourth quarter, 0. So
now let me say,
in the right direction.
I hate to cut you off, Dylan. You remarked on it earlier. Let's see Brunson's triple-double watch. Still, it's 19, 9, and 7. 9 assists, 7 rebounds, 19 points.
I don't know if he'll get the triple-double, but I don't really care.
Double-double.
I want the win.
Double-double certain.
He'll get I can see double-double. I don't know if he's getting 3 more rebounds, though, unless they're like all long rebounds. But
he's played well enough where he doesn't need the double-double. Or the triple-double.
I'm just more pleased that he's playing. This isn't even. This is a good Brunson game. This is a great Brunson game. But this isn't like your standard Brunson game where he's lighting up the stat sheet. But that's what's been good though. I mean, you got OG Anunoby leading the way with 22, and we have 6 guys in double figures. Mikal Bridges only has 10 points, but he's a +8, so he's making an impact. Miles McBride has 14 points off the bench, and he's a +21 tonight. Miles McBride has been phenomenal.
Deuce McBride. And a lot of people thought coming into the season that he'd be Mike Brown's one of his favorite players, and it seems so.
He's honestly been terrific this season, Deuce McBride has.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
In the games he's played, you feel his impact when he's out there. And for what it's worth, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe the Knicks have only lost 1 game when Deuce McBride had played. So
I think it was the Chicago game on the road, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
I think you're right on that.
Because they lost against Miami and they lost against Milwaukee, and Deuce did not play in either of those 2 games, and then he returned. So I believe they've only lost 1 game when he's played. So I think this really just shows you how important he is to the team, though. There were a lot of people that were wondering if they should trade Deuce McBride. I know a lot of fans were against it, but it was a conversation that was being had. And you know what? You can't trade that guy. You can't. After seeing the way he's performing, you can't do it. He's too impactful. He's too impactful.
His development as a player, when we started out, you drafted him in the second round. Most people thought, okay, just defensive demon. Even started like he was a bench warmer for most part. He was at the end of the bench.
He's evolved as a shooter so much.
It's phenomenal.
His evolution as a shooter, because when he first came up, he couldn't shoot. He couldn't.
Yeah, he was awful.
And then, he developed that 3-point shot, and it's become a weapon. He has been an absolute sniper from 3 over the last 2 years.
And the jump shot developing, it's like he's shot putting it, but he's not. Regardless, the Knicks will get the ball back. They did win the challenge. They did not lose their timeout. Brunson hands to McBride. Back to Brunson. Picked up by DiVincenzo. Robinson sets a screen. Brunson hands to McBride. McBride sidesteps. 3-pointer. Short. Rebound McBride. Back out to Clarkson. Clarkson stops. He's going to wait a little bit. Hands to Brunson. 10 on the shot clock. High screen and roll going to be set. Brunson drives. Looks. Fall away. Floater no good. Robinson. Oh, there's a foul on the play. It is a foul against the Wolves. Brunson will be going to the line for 2.
We're entering blowout territory. Only 6 minutes left. Just got to keep the foot on the gas. And whatever you do, Mike Brown, don't throw it. Don't throw in the towel with a few minutes left. Wait till there's like 1 minute left, because if I remember correctly, against Washington, they absolutely stunk. The back end of the bench, I should say.
Oh my God, that was
terrible.
awful. Me and Don were watching that. We were like, avert your eyes. Avert your eyes.
Yeah, I was tracking it because I was on my way back from that college game, and I was like, what are these bench guys doing?
Jordan Clarkson out. Mikal Bridges in.
I like that Mike Brown is being diverse with these lineups, though. We're seeing many different combinations at many different types of situations. We're seeing Mitchell Robinson and Josh Hart essentially having closing minutes together right now. So
experimentation at its finest. Rob Dillingham comes in for the Minnesota Timberwolves. Randall has the ball at the top of the key. Gobert falls down, and Brunson fouls McDaniels.
Interesting. No Anthony Edwards in this situation right now.
And I don't think he was on a minutes restriction. I could be wrong on
No,
that.
he was not. You are correct in that. He is not on a minutes restriction.
Brand was asking, I think, Brunson if he was okay. Regardless, Dillingham gets over a screen, looking. Now switched on to McBride. Dillingham pulls back his dribble, hands to Randall. Randall drives down the lane with his left. Randall inside. Shot is up and good over 2 contests.
It has been Julius Randle's night from Minnesota.
Brunson will bring up the floor. Brunson, screen from Robinson. Brunson looks, kicks out to the corner. Deuce wide open. No. Rebound Robinson now to Hart. Hart loses it. McBride will keep it. Fresh shot clock. Hart, defended by Gobert. Stomps his foot. Hands to Bridges. Bridges for 3. Splash!
Look at Mikal Bridges still making an impact.
DiVincenzo picked up.
Maybe we need to trade more picks for him.
What a steal. Hart inside for the lay. It is good. The Knicks are up 20.
Maybe we need to trade more picks for Bridges. Maybe 5 wasn't enough.
Josh Hart holding his ankle, which has been bothering him, but he seems to be okay.
He all right.
Bridges with the deflection, Deuce with the steal, Hart with the transition dunk. So
I really love what you're seeing from this team.
I apologize to everyone. I think this is where the stream has to officially close for the night. As I said, I'm picking up my 87-year-old grandfather from the airport. As I said, family comes first. You don't get to spend these moments often, especially when a family relative is older and you live far away. But regardless, Dylan, do you have any final thoughts, not so much on the game, but where the Knicks have performed tonight?
I thought they performed really well tonight. You know, obviously,
technically the game's not over,
but there's, they're up 20 with 5 minutes left. So fingers crossed they can just wrap it up here. But, second half, they played great. And if, they end up holding on, this would be a very good win.
Very much so, as well as for me. Thank you guys for the support. I know I'm ending early. As I said, I apologize, family. But regardless, the Knicks have played phenomenal tonight. It was a sloppy first quarter. Second quarter was a little bit better, but the second half has been phenomenal. You want to do it now? You want to check how they're being outscored. The Knicks are outscoring the Timberwolves 65-41 in the second half alone. 12 this quarter and 12 in the last quarter. So phenomenal there. Regardless, folks, I have to close the curtain for the night, but nothing's wrong. Nothing's emergency. I will talk to you all later. Let's go Knicks. Peace out, y'all. Have a good night.